All right, Jack. So for this next part of the lesson, we're going to kind of focus on something that you may or may not have thought of before. It's what I think helps a lot of pros perform under pressure. And even on the collegiate, high school, and junior tournament level, I think it can really help consistency, especially when faced in a pressure situation. So we're going to work on a pre-shot routine. Have you ever had one, kind of thought about one, or I've got a couple examples that could kind of help build off of.
I haven't really had one, just kind of a couple practice swings and go is kind of what I've been doing. So.
Okay, well, something that I think we could work on. I'll just give you kind of an example of what mine is. So I usually, I stand back here, envision the target in the future, out there in the distance, and then I'll usually pick something, 5 feet in front of me. Like for example, this little piece of white fuzz. I'll pick that. I'll line up with my target. I'll come in. Usually take practice swing. Come back, visualize that target, look at the white piece of fuzz on the ground in front of me, and then I usually just stand up there, get set up, and then I just go. So if you want to practice that just really quick one time. Just like that, and then really envision that one, the little target 5 feet in front of you.
Okay.
And then you just step up there and then go. And again, this will kind of help you with consistency. Try to get in that same routine before every shot. Just like that. And that'll just help you kind of, if you're ever faced with a pressure situation, like, you got the lead, you're up in match play, just to really help you focus on something other than your golf swing, it should help you build that consistency.
Okay.
Another thing I wanted to work on, kind of more of an in-swing thing that I've noticed, is when you're swinging, make sure we want to keep that head nice and still. So go ahead and set up to the golf ball, and you kind of want to envision, so when you just take a practice swing, I'm just going to keep my club right there.
You want to take a practice swing?
Yeah, just a nice little practice swing, nice and slow. And you just really want to focus on, just like that. Not moving that head while you're going. It'll help keep your head and your eyes centered above the golf ball.
Okay.
And you won't be swaying as much, laterally. So we really want to focus on getting that consistent strike that we're looking for.
Okay.
Another thing that we're going to work on, just kind of continue this like pre-shot routine and then in-swing fundamentals. We'll go to your wedge. So go ahead and grab a wedge.
Okay.
And for this, kind of a similar thing with what we were talking about for your full swing, picking that target, but instead for chipping, we're going to envision this as the landing spot.
Okay.
So if you're trying to chip to, let's say, the edge of this screen protector, you know that, greens are a little quicker, so you're going to want to land it probably somewhere around here so that it can then release out there.
Okay.
So that's what you're going to be thinking about. The things you want to be thinking about, pre-shot is when you're faced with a chip around the green, it can kind of help you think, okay, I'm not obviously going to fly this all the way to the hole.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to fly about halfway. You've got, what, a 58 degree?
Yep.
So you know it's going to come out a little higher, a little softer. So you can even pick something maybe a little closer to the hole so it lands softer.
Okay.
But that's what you really want to be thinking about pre-shot when you go into like a chip.
Okay.
Or a pitch. And then something else that we can kind of work on, so like you envision that, and then while you're actually chipping, we notice like one little issue maybe not really turning through the ball. You might be a little handsy going through. So really focus on moving, staying above it, but moving your chest through so that you're still getting through the golf ball and you're not just throwing your hands at it.
Okay.
That's when you're going to see a lot of inconsistency and strikes. You're going to see the thin, the chunk. Just like that. Keep the hands a little bit more forward pressed and just trust it. So maybe we'll see, a couple little examples. There we go. So we'll try one or two more. Just really focus on a little bit of that forward press and just kind of zone in with that pre-shot on where you want to land the golf ball.
Okay.
Because it's going to release a little bit because the turf's a little harder. just like that. Obviously, if that wasn't in the way, that was going to be really good. So yeah, just to kind of reiterate a couple things, we worked on, the pre-shot for the full swing. We did focus on that head keeping still. And then also what we've been kind of working on, I know these are kind of like two separate things, but short game again, always keep in mind of that pre-shot. You want to pick that landing zone, and then from there, just focus on some of the fundamentals. But yeah, progress has been looking really good.
All right, sounds good.
Sweet.